Trying to figure out how this, I'm using some new live streaming software. So I'm trying to figure it out. Here, I'm going to go live over in my school community too. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah. Okay, I'm live in both places. Oh. What's up, David? Okay, I'm setting up Ecamm Live to see how it operates. It's pretty awesome because I can see the comments over here. Sounds good. That's good. Does it look good? I'm also trying a LUT through Ecamm, which I haven't done any of this before. So I can zoom. I don't think I need to zoom, but that does sound kind of cool. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Okay. And then I think I can add to broadcast. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay. Figuring it out. Okay, how's what's going on? How are things? Much to figure out here. Can I make this window smaller? I guess not. What's up? What's up? Not a lot's going on. This was an impromptu live stream as I figured out some live streaming software, but I think it's up and working. I think we're doing it. Because I also wanted to stream into my school community at the exact same time, which it seems like I'm doing. It does seem laggy, but it's working. So feel free to join the school community if you want to chat more over there, learn some stuff. I think it might be Mac only. When I went to download it I think it only gave me the option for an Intel Mac or an M chip Mac. But it's pretty interesting. It gives you like a lot of functionality. Now you do pay for it. Now I think OBS might be free, and I was using that a little bit, but I kind of hated how it worked, and so I thought I heard this one was good. It's what's, Cam Mackey and everyone else I think it's what they've been using. So I was like, I'll try it out. There's like camera effects. You're gonna be sick if I could like draw on the screen. There's overlays. Text overlay. I don't know. You guys just get to see me learn this in real time. Oh, I am shooting OpenGate right now, so there's probably black bars on the side, yeah. But I figured, why not? My camera was already in the OpenGate mode, so I just Let it fly. I might be a little dark though. A little spicy with the LUT. Maybe we'll live there. What's everyone up to? Is it let's see, it's 6:09 my time. Just had dinner. I'm an early dinner person, so. Anyone have any questions? Maybe I should have put Q&A on the old description there, but what's up, Jeff? How's it hanging? I was just thinking about you. I was thinking about body recomp. It made me think of you. We're just testing out a new streaming software. That's what's going on. Impromptu. You probably stay on for like an hour. We're watching a dog, and I think the person's dropping off the dog in like an hour. So either I'll jump off or I'll just like pause the stream for 10 minutes while I like get the dog situated, and I'll come back in. Yeah, everyone needs to check out Macabre here, his new app, filmmaking app called Spell Slate. You gained 4 pounds on vacation. Dang, no longer in the deficit on the vacation. Okay, I'm turning this one off here. Although I could stream to Instagram also. Would that be nuts? Let's try it. Actually, I don't know if I can add an account right now, but if we stream to school, to YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. Is everything synced up? Is my like audio and video synced up? No one's online in the old school community. So we're just streaming to no one over there. Nice. Okay, good. Use max resolution. Wonder what'll happen if I do that. And then let's see, we can yeah, lens node. I have it and I've used it a little bit. It seems like it could have some high functionality if you were shooting like on a GoPro or an iPhone, or you know, like an action cam or something like that, and you need to add a little zhuzh to it. And it still does kind of like, it does affect regular lenses, of course, too. It like changes the texture and the color of a lens, which is kind of fascinating. I don't know, maybe I'm a purist, so I'm like, well, I want to use my lens, like the lens I have. So I haven't had like a good reason to use it yet. But they sent it to me to try out. And so I have it, and it's like kind of there waiting for a reason to use it. But there's not like a ton of lenses. Like, they have some pretty specific lenses on there, but it's not like they have a ton that, like, a few of the things that'd be like, oh, I wish they could look like super speeds. Like, they don't have a super speed option, you know? They've got some other stuff, some other lenses in there. I mean, I could pull it up. Maybe I should pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. I'll pull up this, I'll pull up a video and I'll show you. Let's just complicate this even more. Oh dang, all that media is offline. Okay, hold on. I'll just bring up. I was making a YouTube video today, a kind of breakdown of a shoot I just did. And so I'll just throw in one of these frames and we'll look at it. So let's figure out how to do that with the old eCam here. Got to give the system settings. Uh-oh. Oh. Never mind. I can't show you guys because it wasn't set up. You have to set it up beforehand. And since this is my first time, if I did it, I would have to restart everything. So, bummer. Sorry. I tried. All right, let me jump in here. Neon. Oh, have you tried out? Yeah. Neon Cucumber, just saying hi. Always love your content. Very real and authentic. Sending positive energy. That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you. You know, and that's kind of the goal this year, is being just more raw on, even more than I have been in the past online. So, and that's why I started the school community, because we can really just hang out over there and do a lot more of this kind of streaming stuff, which is just like real interaction. See, going through a struggle of getting a map box purely for the flags. Any alternatives? Alternatives just for flags? Like, you need an eyebrow and then side flags, or you just want to like encompass the lens? Is there a price concern, a weight concern? Give me a couple more specs. What do you need? Oh, I'm so glad that you got out. Was it on vacation, Jeff? You got out of the house and actually went to the IMAX? It's a good watch in the IMAX for sure. Cognition. Yeah, Cognition. Did you sign up to the old school like you said you were going to earlier? The link is in the description. Yeah, tell me more about this map box issue. Oh, nice, Jeff. Did you see it at More Warren? Because that IMAX screen is legit. Except for this weird pink blemish that's on the screen. And they fixed it once, and now it's back again. And that's strange. But, yeah, I saw it there, too. I saw it Sunday? All right, we're gonna wait for this map box question to come back up, but I'll sign up after this. Just sign up right now. What are you talking about? It's always a question mark with you. Yeah, you don't have to sign up. No big deal. Cinefoil and tape could do it. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I actually do that a lot because I just don't want to have a map box on. So I will like go the DIY route. Running a V-Raptor. Here we go. Running a V-Raptor, I use VNDs mostly, but have had issues with flares lately, so eyebrow and side flags. Ah, got it. Yeah, I think a good option would be the Nisi C5. It's like fairly small, and it has the eyebrow, and then obviously has like a little bit of just like the regular matte box coming off. It helps the edges. I don't think you can put side flags on it though. So if you need that, then sorry. And then, but it does have like a really nice, like easy eyebrow. But if you want side flags, I mean, really what you need probably is like a matte. So the one that I use for all of like the big boy lenses when I'm on one of a set that allows that, I use the Tilta MB12, which you can get for pretty reasonable on like eBay. If you like really look around, you can get them for like $300. So what you have to do though is the back, you have to get the right clamp for your lens, or get a donut, and the donuts are kind of annoying. Or you can get rail mounts. So the kit I have has the rail mounts, and then I have a couple different backs for different lenses. And I think you can get flags for all of that. Really nice top flag that like can fold up, and then I think it side flags as well. Tilta. It's a really old matte box, but the reason I went with that is because it's the economics of a matte box are just insane. Like if you want a good matte box, you're dropping like a multiple thousands of dollars, and it's silly. I don't like the Tilta Mirage. I do not like, and I do not recommend. So don't get the Mirage. Let's see if I can find a link here. Tilta MB, I think it's like MB12. Yeah, see, you're gonna see them for like $600 all over the place, but right now, good old B&H has them for $299. And then you can pick a back. What lens did you say you were using? But what I was getting at is they have these matte inserts that go in the front, and they're like these squares, and they're for different focal lengths, which will catch a lot of that light in front of the lens. It'll block out a lot of that light. So if you're shooting like on a 24 millimeter, they'll have one that's like for 18 to 25 millimeters. You put that in the front, and that'll also block a lot of the light. But here, I'll send this one over in the old chat. No affiliate link, just for you. Now, yeah, and that comes with the 15 millimeter rod clamp, which bolts to the back of each one of the OD mats that goes on the back. The Mirage, okay, I used the Mirage. Let's look at it. The thing that I really didn't like about the Mirage was so it's like $100, and it's like, what, $200 more, and you get like a legitimate matte box. Whereas this one is more of like a run and gun matte box. And the VND that came with the Mirage initially was trash. Now there's a bunch of other companies that make them now for the Mirage, so that would be better. You could probably get a different VND. But man, the one that came with it was like soft and green, and I was like appalled. If you got the VND kit, I couldn't believe that's like they sold that. And that's another $200. But it's an ND, so yeah. You were just looking at him. No, I mean, if you just need something to slap on the lens, I would go C5, the Nisi C5. I have that one as well, and it has some. It's not like a full-blown matte box, so it has some limitations. But you can put a variable in it, and you can put a rod on top if you want to have electronic ND, like, or like you could use it on like a fizz system. There you go. Dropping that in the chat. Yeah, the green cast was so bad. Using full RF zoom set and save primes for renting. Oh, okay. If you're zooming, that makes using a matte box way harder, but this one can clamp on the front. But it's going to put a lot of weight on your RF lens if you do it that way. All right, we got Anthony in the school community chat. What up, Anthony? Anthony's a part of our coaching tier over in school, which is super exciting because that is live now. If you guys want some cinematography coaching, if you want to work with me, I got a 12-week program over there to try to position you as a cinematographer. Make some work. Chat. Second Take Collective. I like the Nisi C5. Yep. I have the Mirage and returned the VND. Love the motor you can attach to it, but yeah, the VND was really bad. But wait, other companies make compatible VNDs. Yeah, I think other companies make compatible VNDs. I think I was on another stream or something, and I mentioned that, and someone in the chat was like, "You can buy other ones," because it is a standard. It's like a 4x4 slot, but that's why I'd just go Nisi. Because Nisi, the C5 kit also has a variable ND, like a 1:5 that you can put in there. And what I do is I run the 1:5 variable, and then I put a 1.2 just flat ND, a 4x6.5 on the 4x5.65 in front of that. And then it's basically just like a 9-stop variable ND. Nisi C5 it is then. Yeah, just look into the flag system. I don't know exactly what the flags are, but the Tilta will give you a full. I mean, it's essentially a professional matte box. It'll give you all the things that you'll need from a matte box, but it's big, right? It's a big one. It can fit 130 millimeter lenses. Hello, can the Red app in the Komodo OG replace wireless monitoring for focus pulling, or will it be laggy? It is on the OG one, and everyone's unit seems to be like a little different. Or actually, when we had the Komodo X and the Komodo X was a little different than the Komodo. I would say it's not very reliable. It's a really good app. It's probably one of the best apps ever because it's essentially the entire Red program on your phone, which no one really gives you that. It's like probably the best camera phone app that they make that I've ever used. So that's sick. But sorry guys, like I said, someone's coming at like 7:30, so I was just looking. But the wireless on it, I wouldn't say is like I've used it for YouTube quite a few times, but it could cut out. If you're just like sitting down, like what I would do for YouTube, it would really just be fine the whole time, and I could run it for like an hour, no problems. But I'd be afraid to use it on a set. I'd be afraid to use it like legitimately. We tried to do it with the Komodo X once, and it was finicky. It might have gotten better, and maybe with the new cameras it is better. I think the Komodo X just had a bad wireless module in it or something. I just want to connect correctly. But from a laggy standpoint, it's not very laggy, but for focus pulling, you need a good setup, usually. Anthony over in the school community was confused. He's like, why is he talking to himself? Now I'm streaming on YouTube as well. We got 10 more people over there. So Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. If you haven't, hit it again. We get a higher in the algorithm here, so some more people can jump in. Let's see, they've got the filmmaker kit and then the cinema kit. What does the cinema kit give you on the C5? Oh, I think they give you a rotating PL filter, polarizing filter. That's tight. I didn't get that in my kit. I wish I would have. I wish I had that. Also, Condor Blue, which I haven't bought in essentially any Condor Blue products, but they have a matte box now. And I know they teamed up with my boy over at Element ND Filters for some stuff. So let's see, a 3 filter tray is $625, a 2 filter tray is $550, and they're out of stock on B&H. But it looks like a pretty nice matte box. The Condor Blue one looks like a pretty nice matte box. Yeah, gotcha. I'd be curious about the Condor Blue one. They have heavy marketing. That's probably why they're sold out, because they couldn't keep up with the demand. And they have little labels on it, which is really nice. So you can, the ACs can actually put on there what's going on in the matte box versus using gaff tape. Oh, I missed this. I have an ECV&D, so I just need something to stick it on. Yeah. Oh, so you've got the like an 82 or a 77 millimeter, or you actually have a full. Yeah, what else we got? But I have like all of the matte boxes and different filters, and I just use ones. It's kind of nice. It's overkill, but I just like, okay, what's the shoot? What's it called? What does it call for? And then bring that up. The 82. So one that can actually twist onto. Now I don't know if the C5 has an option to put a circular VND in. So I could see why you were looking at the Mirages. You think the biggest lens goes to a 95 or not? Yeah. Yeah, so if you're looking at the Tilta, I wonder if Nisi makes an insert. I feel like they probably do, since they sell the other NDs. Small rig has that. That's funny. But you can also just screw it on the front of your lens and then just mount this around your lens and just get a wide OD on it. Oh, I haven't even opened my Waterloo yet? Let's go. Anamorphic adapters are pretty interesting, actually. It's kind of what we had a lot in my early days. The one that my friend Easton got, and to me seemed the most effective, was the It's not Sirui. Is it Sirui? It's a 1.33x, and it's a single focus system that goes on the front. And that one, like if you put that in front of like the Do lens, APO primes, it looks nice. Okay, it's the Laowa. It's the Laowa adapter because that works on a 16:9 sensor. And that looks really cool. Like it was pretty, like if you don't want anamorphic lenses and have to deal with buying all that, and you just want to like kind of change the back, essentially change the look of the taking lens, is kind of a fun, it's pretty fun. The Moment one did look interesting as well. I think when I remember looking at those, I feel like I like the Laowa better, but I haven't used the Moment one. I think that Laowa one is like, it was like $800. I think they have a couple options. There's a gold, silver, and a blue one. Yeah, an amber, silver, and blue. Silver is 700. And I think it goes, it says it can be threaded on to a few different types of fronts. Oh, it actually comes with rings, 55, 62, and 77. How nice of them. All right, signed up for the school community. That's what's up. Just purchased the Velo Skura RF to PL speed booster you did a prototype assessment of. Yeah, they offered to send me that. I didn't actually do it. Wait, oh, the Velo Skura. Oh, wow, he's changed names 3 times. Actually, he owes me one of those. He owes me a manufactured one. I had like a prototype. You know what, though? I sold my Komodo. But I should hit him up. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Did you get it? Have you gotten it in yet to play with? Because I think he was having some manufacturing problems with the people that made the glass. Any cool projects in the pipeline? Oh, let's see. I don't have a lot of commercial stuff coming up, but I have short films coming up. So next month, that is the main. Actually, next month will be a lot of narrative. I'm helping a friend do some pickups for his feature film, and then I'm co-directing a short film with another person. So that'll be fun. That's the kind of the big thing that's coming up. Gonna make it really vibey, really moody, really atmospheric. So I have been working so hard on my coaching program, my cinematography coaching program, that I have got to do anything creative. So I've just been front loading all this work and building that out. And so now next month I should have more free time to jump back into that short film. I recently got the Sirui 1.25x because it was super cheap. I wanted to try out vertical anamorphic to give my 17:9 sensor a more square aspect ratio. That's fun. That's a cool idea. I dig it. Yay for short films. I'm loving narrative work at the moment. Yeah, narrative work is really fun. Different kind of thing. Super fun. Trying to get as many reps in on the narrative stuff as I can. I should hit him up. I should hit up the Velo Skura guy. I don't even know how to say that. Anthony, did you jump over to YouTube? That's funny. How long are the shorts ballpark? Let's see. The writer, actually, the other director and writer, she actually added some pages to it. I think the first short is, it was supposed to be like 6 pages, but I think it's now like 12, 10 or 12. So 10-ish minutes. It's pretty long though. It's like pretty drawn out. So when doing a pitch deck for funding, do you give multiple goals for budgets as to what's possible or just one goal? I don't do a lot of that stuff. I don't have to, like, I'm not a part of that often. Now, I have done plenty of like direct to client type works for like commercial stuff. And when I do that, oftentimes what I don't do that. Now, I know a lot of people that do the tier system, but I kind of walk in and I say this, I'm pretty just like straightforward. Like, for me to do the job that I want to do to execute the project, this is how much it would cost. And I don't try to fluff it up, and I don't try to, go low. I just like, oh, this is how much a gaffer costs. This is how much the DP, how much I cost. This is how much my gear costs, and then give that to them, and then then go from there. It's like, oh, we don't have that much money, but you always want to start high and work your way down, right? But you can do the tier system and then just set expectations in that. It's like, oh, you get less edits or deliverables, or you get less time with the editing, or you get 1 day shooting versus 2 to 3 days of shooting, right? Like, it's all like kind of day based. It doesn't have to be. You can do a package based, but I usually do one because, if you looked into like some business stuff, what they would tell you is to do a really, really low one that doesn't really offer them anything, and then a high one. Or you could do a little low one and a really, really high one. And so they hit the middle one, and the middle one's the one you were like actually were trying to get. So you're like, oh, no, you could do, for $2,000 you can do this, but for, $200,000 you could do this. But how about we land somewhere at 25,000? Whatever. These are just making up these numbers, but. It's tough deciding because I can make the same film for $0 or $10,000. Yeah, if you're talking about like films, oh yeah, I think that's when you get a producer involved and you're like, this is how much it would actually cost to make the film at the best of what we want it to be, right? And be realistic. And then you can start reprioritizing and cutting things out. It's like, okay, well, do we need that one scene to be as big as it's written here, or does the same, can it still work otherwise? So it's a personal project. Yeah, I wasn't referring to like personal projects, but I never pay myself on personal projects. Whew. But I like to sell the short to mental health foundations. Okay, so you're trying to maybe make something and sell it on Spec, or you're trying to pitch something that you can make. Or you could do like a syndicate thing. Is it syndicated? Where you make something and then you can sell it to like multiple, like create a piece of content that's universal and you could sell it to multiple of the mental health foundations. Have you ever got to the edit and realized you made a big mistake shooting biggest fear? Yeah, totally. When I first started out, yeah, of course. It's kind of, if you're just starting out, it comes with the territory a little bit. You might make a mistake, and it's like, can you solve it? And then like, oh, I need these 2 other shots. Maybe you could go back and try to get them for free or something. Or, it puts you in a creative situation. Like, how do you creatively problem solve it? I mean, it's bound to happen, but to avoid that, do everything you can in pre-production. Like, pre-production is your savior. Do as much as you can, communicate as much as you can, have intention going into it. That way you don't mess up on the day, right? Like you want to have the entire thing essentially planned out. That way you walk on and then you can just improvise, but and like polish. But you want to have all the framework there. But yeah, I'm sure I did that a lot. I can't think of like a main story or instance, an example where that's happened, but there's those times where it's like I wish I would have done this, or like there's a continuity thing that bothered me, and then I get hung up on it, but then the client doesn't care at all. Like they just like didn't matter, right? Did my first gig and realized I didn't have a podium mic'd up, but as it turned out, on the camera mic, sound was decent. Got it lucky. Yeah, got lucky. Yeah, when you're doing those things where you're wearing multiple hats, and this is kind of what my coaching thing is about, is trying to help people transition out of those videographer type things where you're like, you're running the sound, you are running around with the camera, you got a zoom lens on there, and you're juggling a lot. Like it's like making a video already is so much, right? Juggling sound and video and whatever else you might be juggling at the same time, that's rough. You're going to miss something. I think once when I first started, I shot like a wedding, really, really, really early on. And I was like, this was before any cool lenses had come out, cinema lenses. And so I only shot on vintage glass. I got a set of old Nikon lenses, but I was shooting on an EF mount camera and I had an EF adapter on there. And they were going in, like the people were going to do their kiss, the ceremony. And I wanted to switch to a 135 millimeter so I could punch in and get the kiss. And it normally takes, 10 seconds to swap the lens. But that adapter got stuck. And I was like, you may kiss the bride. And I was like, locked it on and hit record and like got the shot. One of those things, yeah, got lucky as well. It finally like connected. And then I also had a camera overheat once back in the day for a wedding. Almost missed the ceremony, but got lucky on that one too. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. It's going to be hard about music videos or stuff like that where you have to sync up everything. That can be rough. What's up? What's up? We should bring back sup. Sup. Sup, dude. We're just hanging, answering questions. I went live to test out some new streaming software, and now we're here for the next maybe 30 minutes. What else can we do in this? I mean, it's pretty cool. I can add the LUT, and then I can like crank it up in real time or dial it back. Does make my skin tones look really red though, doesn't it? Is it faded on your end? If I'm watching it over on this other stream and it seems washed out. That's nice. So Cognition, you said you got the focal reducer. Are you shooting on Komodo? What are you shooting on? Because it's the RF focal reducer, right? Or are you shooting on a Canon? What's he selling those for now? Oh yeah, the PL, that's right. Man, it's nice. I see. So you're gonna get a KX, but you wanted to get ahead of it, started buying some other stuff. I get it. I get it. I mean, you could just rock Super 35. So he's selling them for like 900 bucks. Well, he also has an E-mount one, an E-mount. That's nice. Everything's sold out. What's the V2 combo? Oh, just a regular PL mount. That's nice as well. 1,500 bucks. 1,300. Well, it says on here like yeah, 1,100. Okay, I'm sure he's changed it a bunch. I need to hit him up for sure. Okay, yeah. Got any tips for a first time Alexa Mini shooter? Used to shoot everything with my old Pocket 6K, but now I'm shooting a short film and want to try a proper cinema camera, you know? Sure. Any tips? Things to know about a full-blown cinema camera like that when you're coming into that is battery consumption. That Mini will destroy batteries. So be prepared for that. You don't want to show up that day and not have enough battery power, not have the charger set up, or get a block battery and just run that all day. So that's my first recommendation. Outside of that, the coming from Blackmagic is easy because the area menu system is incredible. And obviously the image is, it doesn't really get much better than that. So it's quite big compared to a Pocket 6K. I think, and it's a cheat code. So much dynamic range. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it, but don't go clipping those highlights anyways, but. Sean Matson, if I sent you a DM of some of your work, could you break it down and critique it live? So that's something that I will do in my school community. So sign up for the school community. There's a link in the description there. That sort of stuff that's kind of, kind of specific like that. I can get feedback over there. Also, if you jump on the coaching tier, I will do a lot more feedback in that. I can answer personal DMs whenever and really help you out. And Fox is here. But yeah, sign up for the school community. Hit me up. I actually have a thread going over there right now where I told people to submit some images. And I'm waiting for that to kind of build up, and then maybe I'll do a live stream and kind of just go through and pseudo roast some of those. Yeah. I hope that was helpful about the Alexa Mini. Can't really think of anything else crazy. If you haven't used PL mount before, get used to the PL mount. But definitely batteries. Remember, also on that, you want to make sure you get memory cards that fit that Alexa Mini, because you can't just get off-the-shelf memory cards. They have to have the Alexa license for them. Haven't shot on a Mini in a while, but the Mini and Super Speeds was a great combo. Awesome combo. What else we got, folks? What's going on? Bring your questions to the stage. Yeah, of course. That's pretty fun. Kind of jumping up to using a cinema camera like that. It might slow you down a little bit. It may not. It just depends if you have what kind of crew you have. Coming from the Pocket 6K. Anthony in here, the coaching is great. He's like a machine and responds all the time. I mean, currently, you know, the demand isn't as crazy, but that's my plan. To respond within 24 hours is always going to be the plan. So you're only shooting narrative now and haven't had a need for a camera slightly faster than the Monstro. I'm not only shooting narrative. No, I'm shooting commercials plenty. The Monstro is incredible. It's an incredible camera. I mean, I had wanted one for so long, and now I have it. But no, it's great. Yeah, it takes 28 seconds to boot up. I just don't turn the thing off. I just leave it on all day, so it doesn't really matter. No, I just shoot a whole feature on the Monstro, and then I've been shooting all my commercials as much as I can on the Monstro. And it can break down really small. Like, you can take off all the gack, and then the brain's about this big, and I have a bunch of backs for it. So you don't like have to have, you know, like this just has a little SDI and a power port on it, so I can throw that on the back of it. And now right now I've got this back, and I'm trying to get a battery plate for it, but they're sold out like everywhere. I cannot find one. And I've been on the hunt for literally 3 months trying to get that. What do you think is a good set of cheap lenses for PL Super 35 today? I have a set of Mikey S35s, but I don't know if I like them that much. Well, you might box yourself in for Super 35, right? If you ever upgrade. So I would just like buy full frame. Because a lot of the Super 35, there's not anyone that really have enough character really to lock you into Super 35. But I would recommend the Thighpox. I use them on pretty much everything right now, and they're just as cheap as the Mikeys. I guess the Mikey Super 35s might be a little cheaper. Fox, did you see the new DZO Anamorphic lenses? I did. I got a little preview from someone I can't talk about, but beforehand but I haven't got a shoot on them or anything, so I don't know much about them. But I think they've got some funny business going on with some like rear bokeh, like I think they're doing a lot of like iris bokeh. I'm sorry, bokeh. I keep saying bokeh, but where the iris is oval. So we'll see. I don't know. I'd be curious to play with them. DZO did not hit me up this time, so. Yeah, Monster Flow is what your autocorrect is. Right on, Sean. Okay. I can't do it right now because this is my first time using this software and it doesn't have permission to access my computer yet. I'd have to shut everything down to do that, or I would just grab your stills right now and look at them. But thanks for sending those over. I'll take a look. Oh, you're locked into PL. I see. Because you're using a Sony F65. Sony F65, that is so fun. PL lenses. Okay. Okay. I would look into the DuLens APO primes, or maybe the Vespids, but Vespids are really like a lateral move from the Mikeys, unless you got the new Vespids, are a little bit nicer. What kind of jobs are you doing? What's the look? Are you looking for kind of like a lot of character? Or are you looking for just like pristine? What are you looking for? Yeah, Cog mentioned saying Vespid 2s, Nisi Athenas. Yeah. Agree with all that. DZO Arls is probably the best of like the best all around. They're just huge. I've been eyeing saving for the Pavos, but if they can make the 2X look on the 1.5X stretch. Yeah, I mean, I think you should look, Fox, into the new ones first. They have some crazy stuff going on with them. As a career DP, how much focus did you put into learning grip and gaff? If you did put heavy focus on it, how did you learn? I did not put heavy focus on it. No, but there were some times early on when I moved markets that I needed work, and I would come in and just like help some people. And that kind of got me used to some of that stuff. But how I focused on things is I just shoot a lot. I've always shot a lot to practice. And so if you have, you're buying some C-stands or you're renting some stuff to practice, you're going to get your hands on it yourself because you probably don't have a bunch of people around you helping you. And so I'm a big believer in practice. I'm a big believer in spec work, making your own work. So no, I mean, you can, generally speaking, you want to just hire people that know all that stuff. But if you have any knowledge on it, you're going to be better communicate. You're going to understand timing better. You're going to understand what's possible a little bit better. So it's really good to have a pretty clear base knowledge on grip and gaff, right? So I'm pretty, not particular, but I normally am like, I'm pretty specific about what I want. And so I'll kind of pitch that to them, to like a gaffer. And I'll be like, this is what I'm thinking we should do. And if you have suggestions to make that better or quicker, or something that'll help us, on the next setup, then by all means, like, tell me what we should do it. But usually, like, I kind of like collaborate on that way, like let them run it by me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I dig it, because I don't also want them to do something that's actually gonna like mess the next setup up or slow us down, or like something really simple would be like I use quarter grid cloth a lot, or half grid cloth a lot. But a gaffer will be like, let's use magic cloth. Like, it's very common because magic cloth is like going to be the thickest, softest material, but it eats up so much light. So I'm like, yeah, but like with a 1200 watt light, the magic cloth is going to create constraints. And so let's just switch to a half instead of, because the magic cloth is like 2 stops, 3 stops. That was like a really specific example, but stuff like that. So it's nice to know those sort of things. But I'm all about practicing. Fox, like the Mikeys with the 25mm, has a completely different color. Yeah, those Mikeys are, especially the Super 35 ones, they're like the first ones they made, second ones they made. They're not all going to be perfect. What's up? Yes, we're getting, I guess we did just get really technical. That was a technical one. Hasn't been my thing lately, right? I've been more like talking about just helping people generally in their career, but so super curious about this F65 though. We're talking the shot, the like second, the Tron Legacy. Man, what a time. The F65. I always like the color out of those. That like system, the Genesis and stuff, the Panasonic. Sean coming in, doing the work. What resources do you use or recommend to curate your taste and or creating mood and storyboards or client projects? Like right now, I would be using something like FrameSet, or I use a website called Film Grab if you're trying to just find stills from like movies. I mean, a lot of stuff now is kind of like I've just followed so many DPs and how Instagram works. It's like everything's just, the feed is full of images. And so I'll save stuff on Instagram all the time that I can go back for inspiration. Like recently on a job, there was a spot that I really liked, but what I really liked was like the tonality and the color palette that they used. And so I kind of used that as inspiration for a spot that I did. Like I really liked that, like, there's the cream tones and some blue tones and these reds they were using. And I know that's like a wardrobe thing, but that was something that like I saved it and I was able to use it later. But you can use FrameSet, which I have a 10% discount in the if you're in the coaching tier. Shameless plug for FrameSet. But I'd actually talk about FrameSet in my cinematography course. Yeah, decent lenses. Like getting all the coatings right. And I mean, that's important to a degree, but normally it's just it's usually just like a tint shift. Like one's a little bit more green, one's a little bit more warm. Pretty easy to fix in post with a proper white balance. The F65 is sick, but I had to legit start going to Planet Fitness. Yeah, it's huge. How do you offload the files? Is that like an old FireWire cable? Like, dang. But I mean, that's essentially the same sensor and camera that shot Superbad, which I think Superbad looks awesome. Back when they actually lit it like film, colored it like film. What's your price point in the look you're going for? I don't know how to say your name, but Ravithian? What do you think about shooting LUTs? Do you use them much? Different or every project you use manufacturer ones? I personally find it easier to decide lighting when I'm using. Yeah, once again, that's something I preach all the time. I have a video about this, and this is also my cinematography course in depth. But I am a big believer in the shooting LUT. Big believer in the shooting LUT. And I also add a little bit more contrast to my shooting LUT to kind of constrain the dynamic range that I'm seeing. And that helps with lighting. Because what's going to happen is that's going to, when you get into post, you're going to have more dynamic range than you were really thought you had on the day. So I agree with that. Yes. I always have a shooting LUT, or I build a shooting LUT for every single project. Like, what is the look of the project? What does it call for? What kind of environment are we in? Make a LUT, do some testing, get some test shots, use a chart if you have to, and make a LUT. And you want to make it for the camera you're shooting on, right? The Alexa Mini. So that's what you're going to be using. Make a LUT that you really like, right? Don't mess with the shadows and highlights too much, because you'll kind of bone yourself later. But get the color dialed in, add a little bit of contrast. And then when you get to post, then it's easy peasy, right? Because you lit it for the LUT. And so you drop the power grade that you made initially from the LUT. I just made a video about this a few weeks ago. You can check it out on my channel. My LUT workflow. And then your grade is, you're 90% there, right? And you can do minor tweaks here and there with the raw files. Is there a real tree or a gobo on your back wall? There is a gobo on my back wall. Yeah. I wanted to make a ton of these style of videos this year, so I decided to like do a quick setup here that allows it just to be, have a look at it all times of the day. So let's see, I've got my Nanlite 500 through a little aperture, or yeah, it's an aperture spotlight mount. Like it's the SE, the tiny one. Sean, haha, you got a lot of questions. Dude, bring them on. Bring them on in the school community too, now that you're in there. What were some of the biggest things that took you from making spec work and smaller client projects to real high level commercial work? Well, my path has a lot of ups and downs in it, but the first thing was like when we first started out, me and some director buddies, we made all these music videos. First, like no money. And we were able to get those kind of blew up online, and that got us recognition initially, right? But then later down the road, what I would do is I would just make stuff, even if it was just like one image, right? Like just make something that really represents you. This is like the full backbone of my coaching program, my 90-day coaching program. It's like figure out what you're inspired by, the type of work you want to make, and figure out your style, the kind of style you want to play with, right? And then start practicing making those images. Put together little shoots and make some images, and then you start making those, and then you want to like get those out in the world, post them wherever, online, and people see that you're making stuff and that you have a style, you have an intention, and that can help draw things in. Now to get the bigger work, I mean, I think early on I got a couple big names, and those so really early in my career because of the music videos and like getting Vimeo staff picks and stuff. I quickly got those like brand names on my portfolio, right? Which just like automatically legitimizes you. So really everything you're trying to do is trying to legitimize yourself. There's not like a secret way. The biggest thing is networking, probably, right? It's not networking, but it's being at the right place at the right time with the right people. So you want to work with people coming up at your age that are doing cool stuff that you can see that, and then you guys all grow together down the line, right? And as like a director that you're working with early on, maybe they haven't done anything yet, but once they finally get some bigger work, they can bring you on, right? Because you have that relationship built. You're not going to leapfrog from doing nothing to something big very easily. I mean, people do it because they're just pumping out amazing, incredible work, and they're at the right place at the right time, right? So very, very long-winded answer. But yeah, Sean, you might consider the coaching tier over in the school community, because what we're doing over there is helping you build a body of work, and so that it's easier to legitimize yourself. So you're just positioned in the market as a cinematographer, and you're not having to do all this other stuff, right? You're like, look at me, I'm here, I'm ready to do this thing, and you have proof to show it off, and I can help walk you through all that, guide you through all that. You can be at any stage of your career too. I mean, I've kind of designed it for videographers looking to reposition as cinematographers, but if you just don't have a body of work yet, you can totally go through the program and come out the other end with a body of work, with some images to show off, with my help. Okay, in like 15 minutes, I think someone's going to drop by with this dog that I'm watching, so I won't jump off, but I might pause the stream while I deal with that and then come back. Kind of want to play around with this. How big do we want these questions, Shooting open gate over here, so we got these black bars. Cognition, yeah, thanks, the Gobo. Looks nice. I need to redo the office. I've been saying this for like years, but I need to like fully set deck the office and get another permanent setup. You know, I wear black a lot, obviously, set blacks. So I feel like that contrasts off the wall. I've got my board over here that's black, all this. So it's like contrast, but I need to add some color to this. So eventually I'll do that. Oh, he's here. Okay, give me 10 seconds, everyone. A few minutes. Let me mute.